Hey everybody, we're back for another edition of Lagniappe with Chef Emily. I'm so excited about today because we are having breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner. What we making, Chef Emily? What we making?
I got a special request from yours truly, Alyssa, for grillades and grits.
Yes, I love those in the restaurant. And
Yes, all right.
Restaurant quality.
You already know. All right, so grillades are, it's basically just stew meat, so either pork or beef. You could probably make them with chicken too. Just odds and ends, things are gonna stew down really, really good. It's essentially another kind of étouffée. Étouffée means smothered, by the way. So, got my black cast iron pot right here. This is my special bad boy. Do anything and everything in it. So, as per usual, we're gonna start off at a high heat. Click, 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 click. There we go. We gonna get the pot hot. Today, I'm gonna start with some good old bacon fat. Let's see. A couple months ago, I helped pull off a big Mardi Gras ball dinner, and we had to cook buku bacon, and so there was a lot of the bacon fat left, and I got to take a lot of it home. But you cook bacon at home, you can very much keep the extra bacon grease yourself, put it in a little container, put it in your fridge. It's good for months and months and months.
It smells good too.
And that's the vegan talking. So today we are making pork grillades. I like to go to the Rouse's and get the country style pork ribs because pork is almost always on sale at Rouse's for anywhere between $1.50 to less than $2 a pound. So I buy bulk, I break it down, and I usually bag it up into 2-pound portions. So my pot is nice and hot. And I'm gonna start, let's see, with about a tablespoon and a half of bacon fat. I'm starting with pork flavor because I'm using pork, right?
Gotcha.
So that's gonna get all nice and melty. Now, my pork bits. Again, I used a country style pork ribs, so they were already in these long strips. So I cut them down, made them to be about yay big.
Mm-hmm.
I kept the pork bones and I roasted them off. And I made a stock out of it. Real easy, get a nice big stock pot, put in those roasted bones, fill it up with cold water, bring it up to a boil, drop it down to a simmer. And because it's a hefty meat, I let it go for at least 4 hours. You can go 4 to 8 hours on that. You can even throw that in your crock pot at some point too, and just let it go. Leave it, forget it.
One of the things I love about your method is that there's like no waste. I love that you just automatically just go there, right? I have this whole thing. I know what I can do with each piece, and you make it a practice to do it. There's never a day that you say, oh, I'm going to throw away my vegetable scraps, or, oh, these bones are going to go in the trash. No. I love that.
Absolutely not. Especially when it comes to animals. I don't want to, it was a living thing, and I'm not just going to let any part of that go to waste. If I'm going to consume it, I'm going to utilize all of it. I'm going to appreciate all of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So back to my little bits and pieces. I also pre-seasoned it with chicky boom boom.
What? Wine and dine?
No. All right. So my swine and dine is actually more of like a curry inspired. And I want to go for a lot of flavor here, and that is what my chicky boom boom is. It's a very, very complex. There's I want to say there's like close to 17 spices. I'd have to look at my little recipe thing, but very zingy, very good. So my oil is nice and hot and sizzly. I have already pre-seasoned, and we seasoned aggressively. You see that, y'all?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to stir to incorporate all the oil. We're going to make a nice even layer. And if you'll see in the pot, really dip down the pot. There we go. Thank you, little lady. You see, I did not overcrowd the pot. There's still plenty of room here. All right, we don't want to steam the meat, and that's what would happen if we had too much. If we were together too much, it would just steam. It wouldn't be able to brown. Not enough water loss would happen quick enough for that good Maillard reaction that we've been talking about for that to happen.
Learn something new every week.
There we go. What's that? Okay. I'll be quick. So yeah, a nice even layer, and leave it be. Let it do its thing. Let it start browning. Let it start crisping up. In the meantime, over yonder, in this pot, Elise had to go. So my camera person is MIA for the time being, but she'll be back. Anyway, in my other pot, I have 4 cups of milk. This week I have 2% milk. The ladies and gentlemen of Second Harvest let me make groceries once a week over there, and they had 2% milk in their container, so I gladly brought that home.
Ah.
You can make grits. We're making grits in that pot. You can make grits with stock, whole milk, cream. Most restaurants, in fact, every single restaurant I've ever worked in, used only heavy cream. Why? More fat content. Fat has flavor. But we're using 2%.
What if at home we make grits with the water? So you saying don't do that no more?
What's that?
What if at home we make grits with water? Because that's what it says on the container. So don't do that no more?
Nope. I mean, you can. Again, use what you got. If you have an opportunity to add flavor, do it. Water has no flavor. It's the ratio will be there, but again, you're missing a whole opportunity there.
Yeah, but what if you're lactose intolerant?
Oh, you can make it with you can make it with stock. Back at the School of Cooking where I currently reside, when I do get vegans or lactose intolerant people and it's grit day, I make their grits with stock instead of adding butter or cheese, because we're making cheese grits today. I'll add roasted corn to help with that corn flavor that is our grits.
So in your family, when you were growing up, was there the debate over savory or sweet for grits? Because that's a thing in where I come from, in my family and in my people. You could see it even online. People do polls.
Right.
Salt or sugar. So you can't do stock with sugar. That tastes nasty.
Right. There wasn't a whole lot of debate in my house about it. It was as long as you put enough milk and butter in it. All right. So things are happening with the pork. Things are happening. All right. And so in my pot of milk, I did have a little bit of a butter left over from a previous endeavor, so I added that in. There's probably about a tablespoon in there. But the ratio for grits here, I'm using 4 cups of milk, and I'm going to add in a whole cup of stone ground yellow grits. But first, I got to get that milk hot. So I'm not going to let it come to a boil, but you see how we're getting little bubbles?
Yeah, it's
of the egg.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to start steaming first, right? We're scalding the milk, not scorching, scalding. Gotcha. So we're going to get some steamage happening. We got little bubbles at the edges happening as well. And so these, my nice coarsely ground stone yellow grits. All right. So these are not Quaker oat grits. Okay. You can find these typically like in your specialty baking, like in the baking aisle by the specialty stuff like Bob's Red Arrow or Red Mill. Yeah.
And you're calling us out right and left here. This regular folk just calling us out. What you mean water? What you mean Quaker?
Like, I'm having issue right now because I just want to like take one and just like start
Yeah,
munching on it.
I could see where
Because
that's
like on its
problem.
own right now, it's so good. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna
That's
hold on.
hard. I don't know how you don't do it because I'd have been up in there my fingers have been like snatching morsels out already. Like I'd have had 3 bites of it already. It looks like it
So,
smells good.
you have no idea. Chicky chicky boom boom. If you ain't got it, get it.
Listen, I use that on everything. You were right when I bought my first batch of it. You're like, this goes on everything, and you're right.
Everything.
So right.
All right, I made that blend with the intention of making the best fried chicken in the world, and it made the best everything in the world. So,
really
not to toot my own horn, but toot 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 toot.
Listen, I was raised on Lowry's, and I forget I have it because of that. Cheeky cheeky boom boom.
Oh, all right. So my milk is ready. All right, you see all this nice foamage happening?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna add in our grits. I'm gonna mix everything together, and we're gonna let that fully incorporate. I'm also gonna add a nice pinch of kosher salt here, because again, salt is an enhancer, and it's just gonna help bring out those lovely grit notes, those lovely sweet corn notes, right? And I am gonna drop my heat way low. All right, we're very, very high right now. I'm gonna drop it low. I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna come back to it every once and again, just to keep them moving so they don't stick to the bottom. But I'm just gonna let them go. They're at a very, very low fire. Oh, and you see all that good browning happening, yeah? I'm gonna let that go a little bit longer. All right, so back to our grits.
So grits, they do want to stick when you put them in a pot. So if you have if you have a non-stick pot, go ahead and use that. It helps the process. But just fold them every once in a while. If they do stick a little bit at the bottom and they're a little brown, don't worry about it. Don't scrape it. Now, if you do get to a point where you think you scorched them or you think it's black at the bottom, then very much don't scrape it. Just switch out the grits into a new pot. As long as you didn't scrape them, you didn't get that burnt flavor in, so they should be fine. See this? I got my stool and I'm sitting and I'm stirring. This is how the old grandma do it. I think I'm ready for the next step.
Awesome.
So, our Trinity.
Now, Trinity again?
Again? What? It's almost
we had Trinity 3 times.
Do that.
Everything.
Now, normally, I'm the proponent of doing that 2/3 method that we've talked about in previous episodes.
Right.
Week I'm using frozen vegetables, and so when they freeze, the water molecules they expand, they collapse, and so they expel a lot of water, and they start to break down your vegetables already. So when doing that 2/3 method, when you're looking for like that extra bite of vegetable, it's kind of lost if you're using already frozen vegetables because they've broken down already. So no big deal. We're still going to use that same ratio. I'm going with 2 cups of onion here, so 1 cup celery, a 1/2 cup green bell pepper, a 1/2 cup of red. So that's going in.
Oh, just right in with the meat. You don't change.
Just right on in, right? We're going to make this a one-pot affair.
Oh, sweet.
And so, again, we're adding moisture content. So it's going to drop the heat of this pot, but it's also going to get all that brown bit of all those greenies that we want, all that good flavor.
Look at that.
Right. So you see, we're scraping up all that brown bit, getting all that flavor, and look, like the juice that's coming off of there already. You see how brown?
Yeah, it's already gravying up. Look at that.
Right. Now, of course, this is not a Cajun gravy. This is like Yankee gravy, so we're gonna go darker.
Right. Yankee gravy. Quit digging at the Yankee. There's a reason we're doing this show. Leave me alone.
Exactly.
Leave me alone. I'm trying to learn.
So again, nice even layer. Let it do its thing. It's gonna take a while. Again, they were frozen vegetables, so they leached off a lot of moisture. And so all that moisture has to evaporate out before we start seeing that really good browning that we want. All right. So again, this is going to go for a little bit, and we'll come back to it later.
Who's Hufflepuff?
Oh, that's me.
Did we have this conversation already that we're both Hufflepuff?
I don't think we did, but we can.
Puff. Yes, Hufflepuff.
And you know where their house is located? Right next to the kitchen.
Yes.
Yep.
So we're doing grillades. We're also doing grits, and then in the back we're gonna do some poached eggs too.
Yes. That's where I'm going to take notes. I'm bad at poaching eggs. I'm good at very many things in the kitchen, but the egg poaching I can't do it. I don't know why.
It's a little tricky, but there are some tricks to help it seem easier. And at the end of the day, a fried egg on top ain't gonna hurt the body.
All right. So, we're starting to see a little bit of thickness at the bottom again. All right. And that's what we're looking for. Right. So we got, ball look.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And listen, we're only at we're only at the third level of flavor here. All right. So we're going to add so much garlic and 2 bay leaves. Plop. Stir that up. It's gonna become the garlic is a very soft vegetable. It doesn't take much to cook it. It's gonna become nice and aromatic, fragrant. You're gonna smell it. Oh yeah, I can smell it. I've got about a 4th cup of some green onions. I cut very close to the bottom of that green onion. I'm going to use the bottoms in my stock later, but all that nice white part, that's going to cook down, just like the other onions. But it's still going to have a little bit of bite to it too.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a great. I love that contrast.
Yes. So pretty.
Now, this is the step where we add in our tomato product. I had some leftover tomato paste, and I had some crushed tomatoes. I'm going to add both because that tomato paste, again, needs to get used up. So, put this back on my stand. So, I have probably about a tablespoon of tomato paste here. And I've got about 2 cups of crushed tomato as well. And there's a lot of natural sugar in tomato. There's a lot of sugar in that tomato concentrate, that paste. And that's just going to add to the caramelization of all of this, of all those good browning flavors. And so I'm going to let that kind of brown up a little bit, caramelize a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. We'll add a little bit of stock, we'll adjust our seasoning, and we'll finish off.
Okay.
Back to our grits. All right, so that is the consistency that we were looking for. And these are straight up grits right now. We didn't add anything in yet, right? Grits are a great vehicle for flavor. And so our vehicle for flavor, we're gonna add in some cheese. In this house, we eat pretty much just Mexican blended cheeses. So
why is that?
Because Carolyn loves breakfast burritos, and she is from West Texas, and so spicy cheese.
Gotcha.
But I mean, you could use cream cheese, Romano, smoked Gouda, Fontina, anything that's gonna melt really, really well. Whatever floats your boat, right?
Yes.
So we'll add. So since I started with a cup of grits, I'm gonna add about a half a cup or so of these here Mexican style shredded cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And just fold that in. You don't want to add your cheese until your grits are done, until they've lost their roti texture and they're nice and creamy. All right, so that's going to be one of the last things that you do. Is just fold them on in.
Yeah.
Right. So that can go back to this guy.
Lordy Lord.
So you see, we're starting to get
Yes.
that creamy at the bottom again.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I got a little bit of vegetable stock here. I'm gonna need some more. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more. But I have some in my refrigerator.
Because you make it all the time.
Because I make it all the time.
Every day you're making that stock out of vegetables.
The vegetables are in my fridge. Yeah. So you see this labeling?
Yes.
The line chef in me will never ever die. Okay, we live and we die by labels.
Yes.
I have I've made new chef friends at Second Harvest, and so like now they follow me on social media, and they like see other like details like that, and they're like, "You still label and date everything?" I'm like, "Boy, I got my whole refrigerator set up like a walk-in cooler." I've had to train the people in my house for my restaurant standards. Yes.
As soon as I open a thing, I put the day I opened it. So, you know, I know when the shelf life is coming. I'm not guessing. That's the worst.
Right. And I
Here's
usually
the part
go
I hate. You testing the food, and I can't have any. Yummy?
Very yummy. I don't, because I seasoned it so well ahead of time, I don't need to add any more zing. Like normally, I might add a little here or there. I am gonna add a little salt. So now I got a pot of water. Okay, the pot is about yay big. And into that water, we're going to poach eggs. Now, I have also added a secret ingredient to this water. I've added about 2 tablespoons of white vinegar.
White vinegar. I had learned lemon juice, but white vinegar is better?
Either or, it's an acid. And so it's going to help denature or cook those eggs. Oh, hello, Elise. I'm back. Elise is back.
Just in time to denature some eggs.
I need my camera lady.
Wait, what was that?
I said I need my camera lady.
Yes. Welcome back, Elise.
She can be hands-free now.
Yay.
Well, we want to pay attention to this. To that. Because we're about to poach eggs. Because everything else has come together. Ooh, cheese grits.
It was really a lot easier than it tastes. You know, when I order this out in the restaurants, you know what I mean? This has to be a huge process. This can't possibly taste as good and be not that hard. But it's not that hard. And I think partly it doesn't look that hard because we're 3 episodes in now, and really everything that we've seen is just like you say, it's all of it's the same technique ultimately. And so, you know, it's like, oh, we just do that, except for we're doing that with this. And love that about the way you're laying things out for us.
Thank you. That is my objective. Is if you teach people how to make the base of this, the basic rules and guidelines, then it gives you so much more leeway and fun time, crappy time for you to play with. So, my tips and tricks on making poached eggs. So, if you have a fine mesh strainer and you have an egg, you're going to take the strainer. You're going to crack the egg over an empty bowl. Got it?
Yep.
What? Yes.
What are you doing?
Okay. So, everything on Earth has water in it. We are draining. You see all that coming out?
Yeah.
We're draining excess water.
So when we drop it in the hot water, it's gonna make for that nice round poached egg that you see in restaurants. So that's gonna.
Because if you
meanwhile-
just crack it into the water, that's why it ends up spreading and looking like an amoeba, because the water is doing water things inside the hot water.
Precisely.
Oh my God, science.
Science. Okay.
So excited.
So before we get into our little poached egg, actually, no, we're gonna do this now. Okay. So back to the water. All right. So we got, I brought it up to a boil, then I dropped it down to a nice simmer, right? Now, we're gonna make a whirlwind. Again, there's vinegar in here too, so this is gonna help that cooking process. So we're gonna stir and stir and stir and make like a little whirlwind in here, a little whirlpool. And then we're gonna drop our egg in the center. And so all that hot water and that acid, change the camera angle. So it wrapped around and it started cooking it. You see that? Oh, blue.
That's wow.
All right, so while that cooks, we're gonna start plating.
Oh my God.
And that's it. That's it. Now, the moment of truth. You ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Do
Are
it.
you sure?
Do it.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, damn it. He's medium. It's okay. Some people, oh, there you go. Run.
No, it's still good. I'm just saying, oh no, because I can't have any. Oh man, look at that.
Bomb. Oh, Elise, do you want to eat this or is this too meaty for
Oh,
you?
I want to eat it.
You want to eat it?
I was gonna say, Elise is
Elise
vegan, but she definitely had her spoon in that pot last week. So I'm gonna,
Right?
I don't imagine she's gonna pass this up.
So we established that Elise is a punk vegan.
True.
So,
Mm.
so you explain it.
It means that the reason I'm vegan is because of it's anti-USDA and anti-big corporations.
Got you.
Yeah.
But if it's already cooked,
I
Then.
do like food, so
Mm.
you know, waste not, want not, and it's quarantine.
Yeah, well, that's true. You've got to eat what you have on hand.
So go in. Oop.
So beautiful.
gotta get a little bit of the egg,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of the grits.
I mean, if you want to bring the whole bowl to your mouth, that's cool too.
This is the best part of any cooking show.
Amen. Except if you're the remote host, then it kind of sucks.
And right, and now we're a mukbang channel.
Right. Oh. Yes.
This is the real deal.
Oh,
Oh.
my God.
Oh,
Oh, not fair.
we'll mail you some.
Mail me some. Very good. Thank you. We need to do some kind of well, we were saying that the season finale will get together in the same
Yes.
and do this. So I'll come to your kitchen. But then I don't know, maybe we need to figure out a way to like do like make all of the recipes and invite a mess of people over. Yeah, a potluck. A potluck. Everybody make one and bring it. Yes. Okay, so viewers, you heard it right here. If you want an invitation to that potluck, we're going to figure out how to make that happen. Maybe it's tied to, your support of Second Harvest.
So go to no-hunger.org. Go ahead, find the donation button. Send what you can because it takes a lot to feed 3,000 people a day.
Yes. Look at that. That is like, seriously, y'all, that's one of my favorite dishes since I moved to New Orleans. And that and having access to decent fried chicken, well, more than decent fried chicken. Because Chicago, living in Boston was struggling. almost 20 years without a decent fried chicken in anywhere I could find. People try to tell me, and I'm like, you don't know. And so now I'm down here. I can go to the gas station and get it if I want. It's still good.
Gas station fried chicken's the best.
Listen, it is so delicious. And then I get to eat, things like that are coming out of Chef Emily's kitchen here. I want to thank you for another great show, my friend.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. See you, Elise.
Bye.
Bye, Chef Emily. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Have some for myself. Let's try this. Come on, y'all.